Okay. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. I believe. Yep, looks like we're live on TikTok. Cool. Let's check out YouTube and Twitch. YouTube is live. Beautiful. Twitch, are we live? Yes. Beautiful. Okie doke. Music is playing. We're good to go. Let's do this. I'm an ant. Wait, he's not a Lego. Hey, an ant, what's up? Is this the first IRL stream you've seen me do? But what is up, guys? It is good to see everyone. Can you hear everything okay? Can you hear the music and all that? It is? Oh, no. You should go back and see my face reveal. It's a much more epic video than just seeing it for the first time on a live stream. While everyone is filtering into all three chats, I'm just going to play around some. Guys, I'll explain in a bit all the changes that I have made since last stream, but the game is working beautifully right now. It's so fun. Oh, I gotta make a Discord message. Alright, guys, one sec. Dev streams. Let's see. Weird. TTM Bread, what's up? How's it going? Okay, so that's done. Discord message done. Hi, Seraph. What's up? How's it going? And Bread Gaming and Legion. Good late afternoon, Pixel. How are you doing? Late afternoon? What time is it for you? Just subscribed on YouTube. That's awesome. Thanks for subscribing on YouTube, Adam Gibson. I did not hear the notification sound. Did you guys hear the notification sound when Flickr popped up? I was supposed to hear it in my headphones, but I did not hear it. Hi, sir, I've heard it. Okay, good. As long as stream hears it, that's what's important. I would like to hear it too, so I can actually acknowledge it. And I even tested it before stream started. Keaton didn't hear anything. So TikTok didn't hear anything. OBS doesn't like keeping your monitor device the same. Yeah, I did some tests where I got on the Streamlabs website. I'm using OBS, but I'm using Streamlabs for alerts. And so I tested on Streamlabs by sending a test alert, and I could hear it in my headphones, but I couldn't hear it just then, which is really annoying. And TikTok says they didn't hear anything. Can someone try doing like a follow or a subscribe on YouTube or Twitch and see if we can hear it? See if we can hear the alert. We don't get alerts from TikTok, unfortunately. We do get alerts from YouTube and Twitch. So could someone try a subscribe on YouTube or a follow on Twitch? I hear the music in my headphones, so that's good at least. Red Gaming, what's up? Love your streams. Thanks, Bread Gaming. Is anyone able to do a sub on YouTube or a follow on Twitch? Both are free. Grim Reaper, first time chat on Twitch, 1:10 a.m. in Australia. Dang. It is 11:10 a.m. for me here on the East Coast of USA. I'm really kind of annoyed with TikTok Live Studio right now. If you don't have the window active, then because I have the live chat popped out, but I have the actual software hidden, and so I get a message on the live chat saying you don't have the TikTok Live Studio software window open. If you don't click on it within 2 minutes, your live is gonna shut down. It's so annoying. Dude, I don't know what you're doing. I loosely follow, but I love it. Thank you, Caleb Hicks. Appreciate it. Trying to get into the whole computer science scene. Awesome. Well, I could explain everything that I'm doing in like, I wonder how fast I could explain everything I'm doing. I think I could do it in a minute. I think I could do it. If you guys give me a minute, I could explain everything. 11:10, dang. Okay, can we test that sound alert, guys? Is anyone able to subscribe on YouTube or follow on Twitch so we can see if the alert is working, the sound is working? Hey bro, if you're working on Lego, look at the logs I make. The logs you make? Okay, I will. Where's my notepad? I will write your username down. I will look at it after stream. Okay. Renzoko. Okay, on TikTok. What's up, Colton Williams? How's it going? You unfollowed and followed? I don't think that will count as an alert. Oh well. As long as you guys can hear it, it's okay. Okay, a minute, everything I'm doing. Okay. I started the Pixel Fire channel on YouTube and Twitch and started TikTok about a year ago. Subscribed to you on YouTube. Oh, an alert didn't happen. So alerts don't happen all the time, unfortunately. So sometimes, so YouTube will only, an alert from YouTube will only work if you make your subscriptions public, because you can, there's a setting on your YouTube account where you can make your subscriptions public or not. If people have their subscriptions public, then alerts work. But if you don't have your subscriptions public information to others, then it will not trigger an alert. Pretty sure that's how it works on YouTube. Do you want cheese? Yes, I like cheese. Okay, a minute. I started the Pixel Fire channel. I started off as solely a VTuber. Let me actually pull this up. I started off the Pixel Fire brand, the Pixel Fire channel. Okay, so we just got to subscribe, but I didn't hear it. Dang it. Thanks for subscribe, by the way. So Twitch heard it. Did you guys hear that alert? On TikTok. Hey, Cyanide, what's up? Back in the old days when he had no clothes. Yes. Did you guys hear that alert? Cyanide saw and did not hear. Okay, so Twitch is hearing it, but YouTube and TikTok are not. Interesting. Stream alerts. Properties. That is interesting. It was very quiet on Twitch. Maybe it's just quiet. Huh. Maybe it is working everywhere, but it was just quiet. I'll have to work on that later. Okay, a minute rundown of what I do. So I started this Pixel Fire channel on YouTube about 4 years ago, 2019, 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Came through nice, awesome, thanks. Incredible vision. And I started off solely as a VTuber. So let's see, where's a video. Nice. When I first started off, okay, I didn't even have clothes because it was I kind of started with this character and I just like started completely from the beginning and then worked on it as I ran the YouTube channel. So when I started out, as you can see here, I had this blue character named Pixelfire. Didn't even have clothes yet, but I just started streaming as him. I didn't have motion capture or anything. I just controlled him with keybinds on my keyboard. I had pre-made animations. So like this dancing is just a pre-made animation, and then I just pressed a keybind and it triggered it. So this was Pixelfire, the original Pixelfire, naked, no clothes. And then over time I upgraded him, gave him clothes, added motion capture eventually. And so I was streaming as, so this was kind of like the final version of Pixelfire. So he had the mic audio controlled the lines, the waveform, audio waveform on his face. The body movement was from motion capture, and that was Pixelfire. And then after that, I added new VTuber characters. I added Minecraft Pixelfire. Where's the intro for that? It was a live stream actually, but this will give you the idea. So I added Minecraft Pixelfire and made it so that people could change my skin live in the chat with chat triggers. That was Minecraft Pixelfire. And then I added Lego Pixelfire. There's this whole 2-minute video of the introduction to Lego Pixelfire. So now whenever I stream Minecraft gameplay, I stream as the Minecraft Pixelfire. When I stream Lego games, I stream as the Lego Pixelfire. And then after that, I did a face reveal because I wanted to start doing IRL game dev content. So I did a face reveal, and now what I'm doing is I'm still doing the gaming occasionally, but now what I try to focus on is game dev. So as far as game dev goes, I'm working on 2 games. One is a personal project, which this stream is all about. It's this Lego PvP multiplayer mobile game that I'm building. It's like a Lego builder, and you build creations, and you're timed, and it's a challenge game. And that's the game that I'm working on now on stream today. And then I have another game that's actually for a client, and that is a mobile superhero game. That is this right here. Just got hired to create a superhero game. It's got a Ninja Turtles vibe to it, and yeah. I'm actually gonna start streaming more of the game development, of that game this week. So maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll start streaming the development for that game. But yeah, so that's the Pixelfire channel. That's the brand. It's got some VTuber stuff going on. It's got some game development stuff going on, and that's what we're doing here. So what IP is it? What do you mean what IP is it? Hi Surf. A joke, wishing I could do what you do without the AR gear. Very cool to know. Appreciate it. Hey, can we get a mod over on Twitch? It looks like there's... Okay, auto mod looks like it worked. Okay, cool. Oh, what superhero? Oh, so this client of mine, he's creating his own comic book brand called Tooland. It's got a Ninja Turtles vibe to it. And yeah, he's gotten 4 comic books published already. He's gotten a 20-minute cartoon episode that you can check out. Let me actually pull it up. Tooland Comics. Like, this guy has poured so much of his own money into this project, and it's just awesome what he's doing. Where's the actual animated cartoon? Here it is. So he has like this whole like 20-minute cartoon. Like, you watch it and it's like a legit cartoon episode. It's so cool. And he's a really cool guy. And yeah, so this is completely his IP, all generated from the ground up. And so the superhero is like a tiger superhero with dreadlocks. It's pretty cool. You guys check it out sometime. But yeah, so I'll probably start streaming game dev of that tomorrow or Wednesday, but now we're doing Lego, so let's get right into it. You're allowed to use Lego, so I'm allowed to do blocks like this, but I'm not allowed to use minifigs, so characters, as far as I understand it. Yes, it's 100% an indie thing. Yep. Hey Marco, what's up? Sorry if it takes me a while to understand. I'm just learning English. Oh, no worries. Thanks for being here. Oh, Cyanide has a list of all the updates. Dang. Okay. So, since last stream of the Game Dev Guys, I have made quite a few improvements to the game. So if you guys are interested, I actually have, there's a secret category in our Discord server, which the whole Discord server is free. Secret category under Pixel Labs, where I publish updates whenever I update stuff off stream. There's some other stuff I do too, but if you guys are interested in joining the Pixel Lab part of our Discord server, all it is, so you can get access to it by becoming a Pixelfire Games member, and that is the Pixelfire Games website. Let me pull it up real quick. It's pretty much my own version of Patreon, where you can get a monthly membership and it'll give you different perks. One of those is access to the Discord I'm about to show you. Or you can become a Twitch sub or a YouTube channel member, and that will give you access to this stuff. So some of the updates I posted last night were, one was just the physics and the rotation, or the physics of the movement and the rotation of the Lego blocks is just drastically improved. So before, like, this works right here, it looks good, but then if you like turned to a different rotation with the camera, it wouldn't rotate the correct direction. It would rotate like the opposite direction. Or if you rotated it 90 degrees and then tried to move it around, it would also rotate it a weird way. So I fixed that. So now no matter what your viewing angle is or how many times you've rotated it, it will always move around with the same fluid rotation, which is pretty cool. Additionally, all of the movement and rotation is now perfect, as in stuff will not get stuck in half states. So before, if you like moved something around and you like let go really quick, then it would stop in a half state of rotation where it would be like stuck, like rotated a bit, but now all that's fixed. So no matter where you drop it, it'll always place somewhere and not get stuck somewhere. What was another update? Well, it looks like we're getting an error here that I will not be fixing this stream, but what was another update? Oh, so when multiple, so like right here, so this piece right here, this 1x1 washing machine block, it can connect to this green block, for instance, by the top stud or the side stud. But how is the block supposed to know what you as the user want, which part you want it to connect with? So I made it so if there are multiple possibilities, like this one, it will, every time you take it off and put it back on, it will switch to the alternate snap possibility. So that is a huge, huge, huge awesome improvement. And because before what was happening was, so there's two possibilities here, but what would happen is it would only ever connect to one of multiple possibilities. But now it gives you like options. So right now there's only two possibilities, but if there were three, I actually don't know if there are more than two possibilities for this to connect to a female snap point. But if there was, the code accounts for it now. So now it will switch each time you take it off and put it back on between multiple matches, which is nice. Rotation now works perfectly now. If a block is rotated, you can then move it and it will keep its rotation, which it wasn't before. So it's very satisfying now. Very satisfying that it all works correctly. I can't wait to get this into your hands, guys, so that you guys can start playing around with it. Hopefully next few weeks, I'll release a mobile version with beta access. Is this Lego guy? Yes, this is a Lego guy. This is gonna crush once it's finished. Thank you, appreciate it. I hope so. I think it's gonna be a really fun game. Thanks, Michael, appreciate it. Thank you, Jake, that means a lot. Okay. this stream, I want to work on making the Lego pieces look more realistic, more like Legos. So if you notice, all these edges are perfectly sharp. So, and that's just how it was modeled. So see, this edge is perfectly sharp, but on a real Lego brick, there's some bevel. So the edges are slightly rounded. You can't see it on camera, I'm sure, but you guys know how Legos are. There, they've got a little bit of bevel on the edges of the stud pieces, as well as the edges of the actual block part. So I've been thinking about this. There are a few different ways we could do this. One, we could actually bevel the geometry, and that would look like this. Well, not so severe. About right there. That's probably a little too severe, but right there. So we could bevel the geometry, and that would get rid of the sharp edges. The only problem with that is that adds a lot of extra geometry. I wouldn't be too concerned, honestly, because we aren't going to be using too many Lego pieces in this game. 0.5. There we go. So we're not going to be using too much geometry, but like, so this piece by itself, when we add that bevel, it goes from, so like right now it's 320 vertices already, or let's do faces, 320 faces. We add that bevel and it goes from, so total, it adds 600 faces. So it's tripling the geometry with this one bevel, which again, it would probably be okay even on mobile because we're not going to be dealing with hundreds and hundreds of Lego pieces, probably only like 50 max at a time. So let's see, we had, but of course, some Lego pieces like this one have a lot more studs. So if we added the same bevel, modifier, it goes from 574 faces to, it's like adding 1500 faces. So that's 500. So yeah, it's tripling. It's essentially tripling. I still think it would be okay, but I think a better solution would be to do it in texture. Because now image textures they do still cost a little bit of performance, but let's say we have 50 Lego pieces max, that we have 50 image textures. They're all small, 512 width and height maybe, or 256 width and height times 50. I think performance-wise, textures will be a lot better. Plus, I'm going to want to use image textures anyway, because we're gonna want to add realistic grunge and fingerprints and specs and all that. So since we're gonna have image textures anyway, might as well also bake the bevel, or the corners, the edges, the roundness of the edges into the texture. So I think that's a better route. So I think we're gonna do that today. Let's get rid of the geometry bevel, and let's start working on that. Because I don't want to do a geometry bevel and then later add image textures for like the grunge, because then we're using extra geometry for the bevel, but then also having image textures for the realism. So might as well just do image textures for everything. Then we don't have to have geometry performance issues plus image performance issues to deal with. I think that's the solution. So we're gonna do texture bevel. It is going to take longer prep time though. That's the only issue. Because for geometry bevel, I could just add the bevel, file, export, and we have it straight in Unity, done. But hold on. Bathroom real quick. Bathroom break. Okie dokie. What game is this for? It's just a personal project. Free Diddy. Do you have like Lego face cams? Yes. Me. It's the same channel, guys. Same channel. What is your build to run the software? So this is a Windows computer. The CPU is a 13700K. 64 gigs of RAM, 3080 GPU, and way too many fans. Cyanide, what's up? Cyanide's over on Twitch now. I need the bite mark on the Lego. Goodness. Cyanide, I actually found your name out and had it on the notepad before it was properly announced. Got it from when... Oh, dang. Yeah, so back when I was only doing the VTubing and hadn't done a face reveal yet, I didn't even reveal my name at that point, which is Zach, by the way. But there was one time, or a few times actually, where we were doing some streams as a squad, like playing Fortnite, and Shammy, one of my IRL friends, he slipped up on my name, or someone else in our squad slipped up on my name, and I was like freaking out because I hadn't revealed my name yet on stream. But so Cyanide is saying that he wrote it down on a notepad back then. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure you actually DM'd me, Cyanide, a long time ago. I'm like, hey, is your name Zach by chance? And I'm like, wait, what, Zach? Why would you think that? And I was trying to like avoid the question because I didn't want to reveal my name yet. I remember those days. It's so much more freeing now, having done a face reveal, because I don't have to worry about all that secrecy anymore. It was so stressful, guys. Okay, let's add some bevel in the texture. Okay, so we got to, that's gonna all happen in shading. So what's the first brick we should do this on? Let's do this one. We're also going to have to unwrap, or do the UV unwrapping. So let's do that, because none of these have UVs yet. So, well, not UVs that I've created, so. I'm actually gonna do a smart UV project. There we go. And then, is that sizing accurate? Or is it just, is it making the studs smaller than they're supposed to be? Let's try this. No, that looks about right, I guess. Goes on top. Yeah, that looks right, I guess. Okay. Okay. Kind of funny now. Look back at it. Yeah. Oh, you found the message? Oh, send me a link, Cyanide, to that DM. I wanna see that. Okay, so we've unwrapped. So now we're gonna add bevel in the shading. Bevel, and that's part of the normal. Boop. Okay, so we've got bevel, but we're not seeing it. So let's switch over to cycles. Boop. Okay, there it is. There's bevel. Okay, let's that. Okay, there's bevel, but it's trick. It's not real. It's not actual geometry bevel. It is bevel in the texture. It is way too much. So let's do samples all the way up, and then let's bring the radius down. You guys see the difference? Oh, let me turn denoising on. Why isn't that on? There it is. Whoa. Denoise start sample 10. There we go. Okay. Okay. So look at the difference. Sharp edges on the right. If y'all can see that. Why is that even there? Okay. Let me put UV here. UV editor, and then just, oops, join there. There we go, that's better. Better for shading, okay. So there we go. That is just in the shading. See those beveled edges? Nice versus the sharp edges. Now the thing with Lego pieces is that I noticed yesterday, if you look up close at a Lego piece, the edge of the stud, so the edge of the round piece is actually more beveled than the block piece. So like right now, I have the same bevel on every single edge in Blender. But in real life, the bevels are strong. You can't even see this. I need like a micro, micro. I need a micro webcam. So you can't even see this. Come on. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like the stud part, like the round part it's got a stronger bevel, and the corners of the block, like the box part, does not. So like 0.02 looks good on the studs, but it's too rounded on the block part. It should be like probably even less than that, somewhere around there. So like that would be a good box edge, but not a good edge here. Now the simple way out, actually let's do a 1.5. The simple way out would just be to have the same bevel for every edge. Or I could have a separate bevel settings for all the edges. That would just be a lot of extra work. I would have to separate, maybe not separate material. I'd have to split the normals. I'll just have to split the geometry into two separate groups within the shader. We might do that later. Let's blur this. There we go. Maybe we'll do that later, but I think for now I feel like it's gonna be a lot faster just to get this in. What do you guys think? 0.02, 0.015, is that too much? Is that overkill? Let's look at this one. I kind of like how rounded the edges are, even on the box part of the brick. It makes it look like you just want to touch it. You just want to touch it. Plus, it would also differentiate my blocks from the official Lego blocks, which might help. But I also don't want them to look like... Have you guys seen the bigger version of Legos? Like, this is the real Lego. But then they make like a toddler version of Legos where the blocks are bigger and they're literally made of like rubber, or not rubber, but silicone. And the edges are actually super beveled. They're probably about like that. That's too much. Yeah, they're probably like this. And I don't want them to look that severe. But I don't think having the whole thing right there looks too unlike Lego blocks. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, I do not speak Spanish. I do not speak Spanish. Mega Blocks versus Legos. Is that what they're called? Mega Blocks? Let's be a fully fledged game or just a small project? What do you mean by fully fledged game? it will be a mobile game. So I hope that narrows it down at least a little bit. Now those are Legos. Still new to Blender. Do you have any tips or keybinds you recommend? I don't know. And there's no way I could think of something off the top of my head. Most of the things I do are with keybinds. It's like if I want to add a new object, I do Shift A. I'm pretty sure there's a menu way to do that. So you could just go up to menu, press add, and do the same thing, or Shift A. Just do it a lot faster. Oh, I actually thought of one. A very, very, very useful, handy shortcut keybind is Shift S. Shift S helps you move things around precisely where you want it to go. So if I want to, let's say, put this block right here, exactly where that stud is, what I would do is, let's see, where are the origins? Okay. Like exactly, so what you could do is you could just like grab it with G, move it over, rotate it, and then move it down, and then move it over there, but it's not exactly where you want it to be. So like that is not the way you do it. So what you want to do is go into here, go into edit mode, select all of this, and then you can press Shift S and then cursor to selected. Boom, that puts the cursor right there. And then you go tab, press this again, Shift S, and that will move selection to cursor. Boom, there it is. And then all you do is rotate Y -90, boom. And that is exactly at the spot of that stud. And then you can just move it, boop. If you wanted to be even more precise, because the cursor's at the right spot, you could change the origin of this to right there. So it would look like this. Shift S again, move the cursor to selected, boom, and then right click, set origin to 3D cursor. Now the origin of that round block is there. And then set the cursor back to here with Shift S, and then Shift S selection to cursor, boom. Now it's exactly where it needs to be. Shift S, very handy one. Let him cook. That's so funny. You guys seen those TikToks or Instagram reels where people do those transitions from one video to another, and the sound in the background is always "Let him cook, let him cook, let him cook." So funny. Pretty sure that is actually from Breaking Bad. It sounds like Jesse and "Let him cook." That would make sense. So, but I'm actually not sure. I think for now I'm going to do a 0.02 bevel on all of these. Let's look at it one more time. Just double check. What do you guys think? Is that too much bevel? Just enough? This is flat right here. This is original. Well, let's pull them into Unity and see what it looks like with a 0.02. Let's do that. Those are set, so I just need to copy this to all the materials. Boop. And then I'll show you guys how we actually convert this material into a texture. Because you can't just export this object, bring it in Unity, and it work. Because shaders do not carry over from one software to another. You have to actually bake this shader into an image texture and then pull that image texture into Unity. So we'll do that in a second too. Whoops. Just gonna paste this across all of them and then connect them. I also need to finish this piece. We did not finish that one last stream. Okay. Oh, that looks good. It looks so much better with rounded edges. Look at that. Oh, I'm thinking that might be a little extreme. Another thing too. So you guys know how I was talking about how the studs have more rounded edges than the block part does. There is definitely very, very, very little rounded edge around the bottom of the stud. But see, like right here, it's the same. So this rounded edge here is great. This is too much compared to the real Lego, and this is too much compared to real Lego. This is good, I think, but this is too much. It's too much. We'll still keep it for now. See what it looks like in Unity. Okay, connect that. Connect that. Connect that. It's already connected. Oh, that looks so good. Not only does it make these look more realistic and less CG, because 3D is perfectly perfect. Every single edge and corner is sharp. So to make 3D objects more believable and realistic, you have to add bevel to the edges, because there's nothing in real life that has a perfectly sharp edge. Everything has a bevel. Cyanide redeemed, highlight my message. Cool. Okay, I believe every piece is now using bevel. It's all connected. Cool. Okay, now let's bake a texture. Let's do the 2x4. So the way we do this is, Lonely, what's up? Yes, we're doing C# coding in Unity. You got an ad on my YouTube stream? The ad rate between Twitch and YouTube is absurd. I agree. Typically, Twitch is tons of ads. I don't have ads turned on Twitch. I also don't have them turned on YouTube. If you guys are seeing ads, please let me know. Because literally my YouTube settings, I'll show it to you guys. Stream settings. Like I have monetization on the YouTube stream turned on, but I have the ads set to manual. So ads should only insert on the YouTube stream if I trigger them. Where are the... Insert ad, there it is. I've actually never inserted an ad before. Should we do that? I hate ads and I don't want to show ads, but I also have never tried it before. I want to try it just to see what it looks like, okay? We're going to try it. I apologize, but we're going to pause stream. I'm not going to do anything. You're not going to miss anything. But I'm going to insert an ad on YouTube and see how this works, okay? Boop, insert ad. Ads inserted. Ads, like more than one. Are you guys seeing an ad right now? You're not seeing an ad on YouTube. Interesting. Okay, well, let me know on YouTube if you see an ad. Okay. Is cycles recommended only for powerful GPUs? No. You can use cycles on pretty much any GPU. Now, most of the work that you do, like for most of the work I do in Blender, I can just do an Eevee. But okay, so baking textures in Blender, I'm pretty confident that you have to do it with cycles. Because I don't think you can bake textures with Eevee. Let me see. Eevee. Yeah, there's no bake option at all. You have to be in cycles to bake textures, and that's why I switched over. And you also are not seeing the bevel in the shader in Eevee. So yeah, we're using cycles in this instance, but yeah, the look of Eevee is more like a game engine. Cycles is more for film and high-end animation. So both are useful for different use cases. Some cookie clicker. What is cookie clicker, Cyanide? Okay, so let's bake this. So we've got our shader. Now let's add a texture. Texture, image, whoa, texture. Image texture. Okay, put this up here. Make a new. Now the size of this image texture, we gotta think about. 4K is too big, 2K is too big. For these little blocks, an image texture of probably 512 or 256 would be good, but for the bigger ones like this one, they're gonna need bigger image textures to hold all that normal information. Let's just do a test. The smaller the image, the more performant the game will be, but the less detail we'll have in the textures. So there's a balance there. I also, again, because we're not gonna be dealing with a ton of Legos in the game per challenge, I think we could do 512 pixels for each block. I don't think we need to do 256. 256 is probably overkill in the performance area. And then you can always down res easily, but you can't up res easily. So it would be better for me to make higher res, to bake higher res textures. And then if it makes the game too slow, just simply downsize, down res the textures in Photoshop or whatever. But if I make them too small starting off, then if we wanted to make them increase the resolution later, I'd have to come back into Blender and rebake the textures, which I want to avoid. So I think for now I'm going to overdo it maybe a little bit with the image size so that we have all the detail and the data there. And then if we need to make it more performant, then we can just downsize easily. So let's do 1,000. Even that might be too overkill. Maybe 512 is a good ground. Always down res later, Zach. Always down res later. So we'll do 1,000 for one block, then 4 blocks will be 4,000-ish, so that's like 4K. It's like a 4K texture per 4 blocks. We have 20 or times 10. If we have 40 blocks, it's a 4K times 10. It's like 10 4K images. Should probably still be okay for mobile. And we should do 512. You can always downsize later. Still, 1,000 is overkill. Let's do 1,000. I doubt that 1,000, I doubt this is going to be the final image texture for the final game, but it gives us wiggle room. So let's do that. So normal, okay? We don't need alpha for normal. Okie dokie, boop. Okay, so we have a new image texture, but it is blank. And let's actually pull it up here. There it is. There's our blank image texture. Now all we gotta do, select the object, select that, and then go to our bake settings. Bake type normal. All that is fine. Don't need that. Output to image texture. Clear the image before you bake it. Boom, and then bake. Now we just let it cook. We let it cook. Will it affect FPS or functionality? Yes, if you have image textures, if you have textures that are too high res in the game, that will affect your FPS. That's essentially what I mean by performance. If the game is slow, that means the game is not performant. That means the game is low FPS. If it's not performant, you're gonna get low FPS. You want it as high FPS as possible, to an extent. Right now I have the FPS capped at 60 FPS because you don't need more than that. And I don't want my computer to work unnecessarily. So if I don't cap the FPS, This game right now would probably run at like 240. But see, like right now I have it capped at 60. So you guys can see that right there, I believe, right? Up here it's fluctuating around 60. But if I turn the cap off, let's actually turn the cap off and see how fast the game runs right now. But again, this is how fast it's running on a PC, which is not the end platform. The end platform is mobile. So FPS is going to be lower on mobile than it is on my beefy PC. But let's just for kicks and giggles turn the cap off in the code and see what FPS we get. Let's see what we get. Play. So it's running at 220, 210, 230, 190. Like 230-ish frames per second. 220. Right around 220. So it's very performant for PC. But what it's doing is Unity is running the game as fast as the GPU will allow. But I don't want my GPU to be running it max to run this game as fast as possible. So that's why I have the 60 FPS cap on. And that's what we're shooting for in the game, 60 FPS. So it's back on, so now we have that cap. Boop. And I probably will add a setting, like a menu setting in the games for people to have access to the FPS settings. So if you want to, you can run the game on your mobile device at faster speeds than 60 FPS if you want. So I'll have that setting available, I think. But for me, like 60 is, I think, the perfect balance of performance and high-speed FPS. Anything under like 30 FPS just looks choppy. 60 FPS looks really smooth. Everything above 60, it's like very minimal gains. Very, very minimal gains. I'm gonna make it so that TikTok can actually see it too. I've got to find that balance between the horizontal stream and the vertical stream. Let me turn this off. So what was the question about stacking 4K images? Oh, I was just trying to calculate how many 4K images it would be. So like if one block is using an image that's 1000 by 1000 or 1024 by 1024, then 4 blocks, it would be like 4 blocks is using one image that's 4000. It would be kind of like that. So I was just thinking like a 4K image per 4 blocks, because 4K is heavy. 4K is heavy. So, and we're having around 40 to 50 blocks per game. So I was just calculating that in my head. He's not a Lego cryface. We'll do a Lego gaming stream sometime next few days. Or would you guys want to see some game streams during the day? I typically only do those at night, but I've thought about doing them in the day. Gabe, thank you so much for the, what is that? Give me the vote. Thank you, appreciate that. Thanks for the gift. Cyanide, you would want to see game streams during the day. It's per block, not per side. So the whole block would have one image that's 1024. Okay, so we baked it, and there it is. So this is what Blender gave us. The bake. And you know what? Like, that's good detail in that normal. And we're never going to be zoomed in this close in the game. So we could probably get away with a 512 by 512. But let's save this and then see what it looks like in Unity. Image. Save as. Okay, Lego game, assets. I don't have textures yet. New folder, textures. And we're saving only the RGB. PNG is fine. Actually, PNG is going to be a larger file size than a JPEG. But again, you can always change later, so I'll just do PNG for now. Okay, so this is 2x4. I actually need to change the name. do the name of the block. Lego 2x4. Oop. Lego 2x4. Normal. Okay. Image. Save as. Like, Lego game. Assets. Text. Textures. Lego 2x4. Normal. Okay. PNG. RGB. Save as image. Boom. Now, in Unity, all I have to do. 2x4. Oh. 2x4 material, which is this one, red. What I have to do is drag that texture into, come on. Drag that texture into normal slot. Boop. And it looks crazy because, oh, I have to re-export the object because this object in Unity does not have the UVs yet. So I have to re-export this. Boop. File, export, BX. Lego game, assets, Lego 2x4. Export. Okay, that'll export. Now it has the correct UVs, but it looks so weird because the image texture has to be actually marked as a normal texture map. Apply. And there it is. Whoa, it's so reflective. But we've got the rounded edges. Look at that. It's got the beveled edges, but it's so reflective. Goodness. And that is because the specular, or the smoothness, is set to 1, which is perfect reflection. Don't want that. If we go too far down, then it starts to look like those silicone Lego blocks. I wonder what the balance is. Let's look at a real Lego. They're still super reflective. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to work on a shader in Unity to make these look more like Lego blocks. But for now, like, look at that reflection of the light. Probably like, so like, see how sharp the edges of that light reflection on the Lego block? It's not perfectly sharp. It's also not down here. It's like somewhere around there, like a 0.8. I'd say that's good. It's good enough for now. Still some really bright reflections in one part of the. Why is the. There we go, that's better. Looks like the camera focal length had changed. Like super orthographic now. Looks like a good reflection amount. Okay, so like that light over there, that one I think is good, but I'm getting some really strong highlights from the directional light. This guy right here. Intensity. We don't have much light settings in Unity's URP render mode. Change the angle of the light. Still just super reflective. That's probably gonna have to be something that we do in the shader for the Lego blocks. You're gonna need a better shader. And that will come later. I think the roundness is good. Let's do another one. Actually, so like, what's my reflection here? Oh, it's half, 0.5. They've got like ton of setting options in Blender. See now, like the specular and the roughness and all this stuff, like I can also bake those from Blender into textures and then pull those textures into Unity, and then we have more options and stuff. But yeah, we'll do that later. For now, I'm just worrying with normal, but that looks good right there. That looks like a Lego block. 0.155 and a 0.129. .3. Let's say that's a good look in Blender to shoot for in Unity at some point. Oh no, that 5 and 5 looks good. 0.1, 0.3. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep 5 and 5 for now. We'll do the shaders later. Okay. Let's do this 2x2 or 2x4 flat. You're gonna have it when you choose a block loadout? What do you mean by that, Jake? Play some Roblox? I've never played Roblox before. Your Lisa's Lego will be on your case? I don't think so, because there are other games. There are other games out there that are Lego games, like even on the App Store, that are block building games. And as long as I don't use the minifigs, the characters, because that's the only trademark that Lego has is the minifigs, but they can't, apparently they can't trademark the brick mechanism where it's like a box with cylinders on it. There are other games out there. As long as I don't use the word Lego or their trademark or the minifigs, we should be good. I'm hoping, believe it or not, that Lego does actually pick up on this, because I think it would be awesome to partner with them in some way and get their involvement in this game. I think that'd be awesome. Later shader. Yes. How well does it do with colored lighting? Oh, that's another thing that updated since last stream. It actually changed the background. So before it was like a sky and ground background, but now it's just a single color. And I'm thinking in the final game, we can just have random background colors. Like this. Like a purple, an orange, a red, a yellow, a green. Or maybe it like starts off like a calm blue, and the closer it gets to the time limit, it gets like redder and redder and redder until you got like 2 seconds left and then it's red. That'd be cool. One of my parents works at Lego. Wait, for real? You also shouldn't use their special molds, capes, snaps, and axles. Yeah, I don't plan to do anything like that. One of your parents works at Lego? Okay, wait, what do you mean by works at Lego? Do you mean like a Lego retail store? Or do you mean at Lego headquarters? Sarah Stone, what's up? Thanks for being here. Can't use the word Lego, looks at title. Aside from the light beam moving around, the sheen looks nice. Cool. The sheen will look a lot better when the shader actually has some texture to it instead of just a perfectly flat side. You know about the way Fortnite did the rendering of the brick nubs pegs in the Lego collab? No, I don't. They did them in shader. Totally get it. That makes sense. Wait. This, like the studs, like the actual cylinder piece, that's in shader? That's not geometry? Dang. Okay, that's incredible. That would save so much on geometry count. Is there a way to do that in Unity? No, I know how to do that in Blender. I could do that in Blender. I don't know how I could do that in Unity though. Because we're faking the normal values with texture, but faking displacement is a whole nother ballgame. Because it's easy to fake the studs in a texture if you're only looking from this angle, but if you look from this angle to where it actually pops above, because like right here, like this could be shaded and textured in a way to where the studs are actually not geometry. It just looks like it's geometry, but it's not actually geometry because it doesn't stick out past the single face. But once your view makes the studs stick out past the face like that, it has to be geometry like it is here. Or the shader has to somehow create fake displacement to where you can still see the studs with no texture face behind it. And that's what's so crazy about that. If they actually made the studs in Lego Fortnite, if they made the studs in the shader, can you still see the studs sticking out from the block at an angle like this? That's what I want to know. Or most of the time when displacement is faked, it looks good right here, but then once you go to this, it's just flat. They don't actually visibly stick out past the object. Pretty cool. If you peek in the game, they are all very smooth. I need to look more closely at that. I need to look at Lego Fortnite because, okay, so there's another game that I've gotten some inspiration from. It is called Lego Journey. Lego Builder's Journey. It's a game that was made a few years ago, and it's really cool. Let me show it to you guys if you haven't seen it already. So each level is a different challenge. You have to get your character from one point to another, and you do that by moving a Lego brick so that your character can actually jump from one stud to another. It's really cool. It looks gorgeous. So I want to make the game look at least as good as this game, if not better. But so yeah, this is kind of my inspiration as far as looks. Not gameplay, but as far as looks goes, for sure. But so like in this game, which I know that they built this game with Unity. That I know. They built this game with Unity, which is what I'm using. And I can tell just by looking at this, the studs are geometry. Because the stud you can actually see sticking out past the actual Lego block. If this was done in shader, I would be very, very surprised. But it makes me want to look at the Lego Fortnite and see if it's geometry or shader. Oh, and they have motion blur on the blocks. The thing is, though, it's going to be very difficult to make my game look as good as this game because they built this game. We're both using Unity, right? But they built this game with HDRP, and they can do that because there's two different render modes or shader modes in Unity. There's HDRP and URP, discounting the old standard render pipeline. There's two different render pipelines that are more modern, and that's HDRP and URP. I prefer to use HDRP in everything that I do on PC because HDRP is the best. You have pretty much unlimited settings to make it look as good as possible. But HDRP does not work on mobile devices, unfortunately. You have to use URP, which is a lot more simplified. They were able to use HDRP for this game because this game is only on PC and PlayStation, and I assume Xbox as well. Although I was actually able to download this on the iPhone that I have. So they do have a mobile version of this game that still looks good. But I'll have to actually compare the quality on the phone versus what I can see on this video to see if it's similar or not. They might be using HDRP for the PC and console versions of this game, but URP for the mobile version. Unless there's a way to use HDRP on mobile that I don't know about. That's a possibility too. Because last I checked, you cannot use HDRP on mobile devices. So. Okay, let's do this guy right here. Let's get him in there. Let's a texture, image texture, new, 1024. Use the same naming convention. Did I already create one? No, okay. Normal. Okie dokie. Select, 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 and bake. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate it, guys. Oh, I did not do the UVs yet. Smart UV project, boop. Now bake it. It's gonna clear this image and then redo it. But you guys can't see it. I should move that up there so you can see it. You can see it on TikTok, but not on Twitch and YouTube. Let's do this. UVs, boop, let's put it up there. Oh, but now TikTok can't see it as well. Oh, well. There we go. Shading down here. UVs up here. 3D right here. That looks good. Okay. Got our UVs. We got our new map. Now let's save it. Image, save as. Here. And save. Beautiful. And again, I have to re-export this. I'll export FBX 2x4 flat. Export. Okay, and then texture needs the normal map. 2x4 flat normal. Boop. And just change it to a normal map. Boop. There it is. I do have to I have to change all these materials, the specular value. I have it at a 0.8, so now let's just make all of them 0.8. There we go. I have different. Okay, so that's a specular, and why is that a metallic? That should be a specular. Okay, and that should be a specular. Gray transparent was. Oh, that was for testing out the ground, like a transparent ground. Leave it like that. Okay. Okay, there we go. We've got 2 Lego blocks with their new normal textures. It still seems a little glossy. It's got like too much sheen on it. I do think though that will be mitigated a lot once I actually add some noise and some variation in the bump, like the texture. I could bake that into the normal. I could bake that into the normal in the texture. I could easily do it in Unity in the shader, which I think would be better to do. So then it's not baked in. Let me actually see what it looks like baking it in. Whoa. Did you guys hear that? That was my youngest son. He is 1, almost 2. And he is in this phase where he just randomly will scream at the top of his lungs. And it scares us half to death sometimes. We always tell him, no screaming in the house. But he just keeps doing it. It's that second born syndrome. Okay. Texture. Do a wave, I think. A wave. Let's look at this right here. So if we add some variation into the normal. Whoa, that is crazy. Input texture coordinates, UVs. Actually, we wouldn't want to do it in the normal. We'd want to do it in the spec, or actually the rough. No, the roughness. Yes, the roughness. See, like right there already. Can you guys see that? We have some variation. Make it more severe so you can see it. You guys see that variation? And that is exactly what Lego bricks have. Not that extreme, but let's see. You might not can see it on the camera, but if I move this, oh, you see it on the blue brick, on the blue block? Move it down this way. See on the blue block, as I slowly rotate it, you see there's like a ripple. There's like a ripple or a warp in the reflection shape. See that? Because Lego blocks are not perfectly flat. There's a little bit of warp in the faces of Lego blocks. And that is what we have to replicate in this perfect CG model that has no imperfections in it. We have to add those imperfections in. This is a little extreme, but if I scale, that's obviously looks terrible. So we want to make it. We switch to Eevee. Eevee not show. Okay, it is barely. Let me go into the Eevee settings and change our screen space reflections. We want refraction, not half res, full, trace 1, max rough 1. Just as good. Don't need bloom. Ambient occlusion. That helps because we do have ambient occlusion in Unity, so I'm just going to leave that on. The rest we don't need to do anything. Shadows, high res shadows, just for Eevee. 40, 40. See how we have a little bit of warp now in that reflection? See that stud piece right there? A little bit of warp. Whereas without this, boop, we don't have it. we would just have, oh, let me do this instead. We would have nothing? Why is there nothing? Oh, it's there barely. Oh, we're not in cycles. Because the roughness is so high. Okay, so back, roughness. There we go. Actually, might want to put that on. No, roughness. No worries, see you, Cyanide. Thanks for hanging out a bit. Yeah, we'll do Lego Fortnite again for sure. Yes, Marengo. I have played Lego Fortnite. You should check out my previous streams. I did a few Lego Fortnite streams very recently. The warp still kind of has a nice aesthetic about it. Yeah, for sure. I don't want to... See, like, this is something I can do in the shader in Unity with the Lego blocks. So I'm going to let the shader do it there, because then I can tweak it, and then we can have even let users change the values of the shader settings, which I think is super cool. I don't want to bake image textures with this type of stuff in it, because then we can't change it in game. But the bevel of the edges, I cannot do in the shader in Unity URP, as far as I know. I've done some research and I can't do it there, so I'm gonna bake the bevel in Blender into image textures, but the warp and the variation in the shader, I'm gonna do that on Unity side. So we're gonna drop that out for now. Whoa, 0.5. Okay, let's do this big one and let's see if the 1024 is good enough for this one. So smart UV project, boop. New normal. I don't think 1024 is going to be big enough for the ground brick. We might need to make this one bigger, but we'll see. Gonna switch back to cycles for the baking. I also need to make sure all these objects are, their scale is all zeroed out to 1. Except for this piece we haven't finished yet. Yep, they're all 1. Okay, we're golden. Okay, select, and bake. There it is. Yeah, I can tell you right now, there's so many studs on here that is not going to be high res enough. We'll see. Or actually what I can do is I can do this right here. Look at this. I can see what the image is going to look like in Blender by swapping out this for the actual image texture. Boop. I don't think the lines on the edges are going to look that bad in Unity. But they might. Let's see. What happened? Did I lose it? Oh, it's gotta bake it again. Save as 16 by 16 flat. Oh. And then I have to re-export this because it has the UVs. Yeah, that is way too low res. Look at those edges. You see that? That is janky. That's janky. So this just needs to be bigger. Do I have to make a new image? I could have sworn I could change the image size. Do it here? Did I not resize? Image, resize. There we go. Okay. Now let's rebake. It's gonna take longer to bake a larger image. There it is. Did you guys see the detail change? Now let's save that. Save as that. Save image. Put it back up and did it update? Yep, 2048 by 2048. I also wonder, I can't remember. I seem to remember Blender's swizzle space being different than Unity's swizzle space. RGB is XYZ. GB. Because maybe that's why the specular is looking so harsh. No, that's definitely not it. Nope. Oh no, wait, the swizzle was different between Blender and Substance Painter. That's where it's different. This is right. It's just, we're getting some, I mean, like that's, the squares there are from compression, obviously. We're never gonna be that close, but that's just an insane amount of compression. Max size, compression, no compression, none. Oh, there it is, boom. Unity was compressing the image. That's what was going on. Compression, apply. Yeah, okay, so we're good. None. Apply, boom. Yeah, at this point, we don't need any compression for these. That's cool. So then you can override the compression settings for various platforms. That's cool. So you could have it not compress for PC, but then compress for mobile. That's awesome. I love you, big fan. Thank you, Marley Station. That means a lot. Really means a lot. I kind of want to go ahead and work on the Lego shader in Unity so that we get rid of this harsh. Oh, that specular is just so harsh. Now that looks good. Like on the flat part, it looks good. But on the round part, it's just super harsh. Let's get all the normals baked and then I'll work on the shader. If I have time. Dang, it's already 12:30. I need to eat lunch. Okay. Done that one, done that one. Let's copy that. Paste it. Paste it. Paste it. Paste it. Paste it. I already do that? No. Oh, it's sharing. Okay, it's sharing. Okay, got it. Could also just make all of these share the same material. Kind of wasting time by having them all have different materials. So it could all have all different, it could all have the same, they need to all have the same material and the same shader, but different colors, random colors based on the shader settings. That's what we need to do. For now, we're fine, it's okay. Done that, we gotta do this one. Exit, new, boop, normal, doogie. This one, and my two, new, normal. This is all the boring, tedious work of game design and 3D modeling and texturing that you don't hear about every day. But I am, for whatever reason, I decided to live stream pretty much every single step of the game dev process, and that's what you get. So I apologize if this is not as exciting as you would expect. Okie dokie, I think those are all. Did I do that one? Lego 2, no. this one. Okay, those are all set. Okay. Now I need to unwrap all these. Then bake these textures. Those three are done. Select, bake. Two by two normal image save as. This one, Duke, bake. Image save as Lego 1x2 normal. Save this one, bake. Save as normal image. Bake. Image save as. Wait, I wonder. I don't think the margin is messing me up. I think we're fine. Save. Okay. Battle Orbit. I do not know German. I'm so sorry. Du solltest es besser. Oh, that's not Klemmbaustein Nainen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's German. No worries. What does that translate to English? Image save as slope inverted normal. Why is it doing that with the 0.001? Beautiful. Bake that. Bake. Image save as. And last one. Do you know the conflict about the usage of Lego trademark instead of generic word of these bricks? No. What do you mean by that? Do you know the usage of Lego trademark instead of generic bricks? I mean, I definitely can't use the Lego trademark in the name of the game or inside the game. And I don't plan to. Like, it's not going to be called Lego Builders or Lego Game or coolest Lego game ever. It'll be called like Brick Battles or Block Battles or something like that. In DE and AT, anything that is not from Company Lego will get PC may take down etc. if you call it so. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah. I will not be using the Lego name anywhere in the game. Image save as. Unless Lego sees my streams, my videos, and they love the game and they want to partner and they want to call it an official Lego game, and that's the dream. I hope that could actually happen. So when I post these clips, when I post short clips and videos and stuff surrounding this game, I need you guys to just like spam the heck out of Lego. Just at Lego, at Lego, at Lego, at Lego, so that Lego notices. That would be so cool. Okay, save as image. Okay, I believe that's everything. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 textures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They all need to be set to normal. And no compression. Apply. I also need to re-export the models. I've already done those 3. Gotta do this one. It's a 2x2. 2x2. Export. So we gotta export with the new UVs. This is a 1x2. One by one. One by one round. One by two inverted slope. Inverted. 1x2 slope. And 1x1 washing machine. Okie dokie. They all have their correct UVs now. Got all the textures pulled in. Just got to apply it to all the materials. Red already has it. Blue needs the 2x2. The 1x2 is green. 1x2. Bulk. 1x2 inverted slope is black. Nice. 1x2 slope. One by two slope. 1x2 slope. Did I not unwrap it? Or did I not save it? Whoa. Why did it stretch it like that? Oh, it stretched it because they're slopes? Yeah, these need work. Smart UV project. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mess with that later. Why they're unwrapping so weird? Probably because of the weird angles. It's gonna be for free? Yes, it will be for free. I am going to open this up to beta testers in the next few weeks. Now that is not free, so that is, I have this thing, so I have a website called Pixelfire Games. Actually just show you. I have a website called Pixelfire Games where you can get a membership to support what I do and get a ton of different perks as well. There's tons of different tiers. It's essentially my own version of Patreon. 3, 10, 25, 50, and then your own custom whatever you want to input per month. We have quite a few people that have signed up for these memberships. So anyway, you can, one of the perks of becoming a Pixelfire Games member is you get early access. I'm actually going to change the early access. I'm going to give that to Spark tier, I think, as well. But early access will let you download and play or use early builds before they're released to the public. So that will be beta access to this Lego game, beta access to the VTuber app that I'll be building soon. And so you can actually get beta access via Pixelfire Games membership or becoming a YouTube channel member or becoming a TikTok subscriber. So any of those three things, which essentially is supporting me monthly, that will give you access to the beta when I do early access for this Lego game. It'll give you access to the Pixel Lab inside our Discord, which will give you where I like post updates on what I'm working on and like off stream. Whenever I do updates for that, different chats. I've started this forum where this will be where the beta testers can actually give feedback on the games. Is in this forum area, which is super cool. So if you guys are interested in that and supporting and following along this journey and actually being a part of the game development process for all these games and stuff, then become a Pixelfire Games member. It would really help me continue to do all this stuff. You don't like this current UV mapping? No, I do not. Yeah, the studs are stretched. Ideally, I'd want them to be, because like this one right here, look, like the circles are actual circles. But once I get these slope blocks, for some reason the UV projection or the UV unwrapping is stretching the circles. I'm pretty sure it's because of the slopes, but I'll fix it later. That still does not explain why it's doing that there. I think because I actually didn't export this. Wait, that was the... That's the normal slope one. It's this one. File, export, FBX, normal slope, right? It's normal slope. Slope and slope inverted. Why is it showing up over there? That is so weird. Let's bake it again. See if it changes. Look at that. That is interesting. That face is baking. That to the normal? Why is it baking that value for the normal? Like all these other faces are correct. It's just flat. But this dude. It's not because of the margin size, is it? I've never seen something like that before. No jankiness in here. Oh, it looks like an overlap. It's an overlapping UV. That's exactly what it is. So Smart UV Project is not doing its job. That's exactly what's happening. Okay, Smart UV Project is just not doing its job. So I can adjust this. That will also fix our circle issue. 84. And then it won't overlap. So let's try that. 84 angle limit. Bake. Hi, Omar, what's up? Okay, is that face good now? Yes, there we go. Cool. Let's do the same with this guy. Unwrap it again. 84. Still a little stretched, but... Any overlapping face? There are, so like that face is... Oh wait, I guess I have to rebake it first. Let's bake this one first. Boop, boop, bake. Oh, I already did that. Whoopsie. Need to bake this one. Adams, what's up? Me loves faces with indents. I collect. Okay. Okay, let's check the face now. Okay, I think we're good-ish now. Still don't like that those circles are stretched, but I can fix that later. So let's re-export this. Export FBX. That is the 1/2 slope. And this is the 2 slope inverted. This is slope inverted normal image. Slope normal, save as. Slope normal. Okay. That should do it. Why? Shadow thing? What is that? Okay, it's a shadow thing. Okay, good. Okay, we're golden. Okay, so everything has it, right? Oh no, I didn't finish it. Orange has the normal map, and then our 1x1 is the yellow. Needs its 1x1 normal map. Boop. 1x1 round. It's the 1x1 round normal map. Oops. Ah. Boop. Oh, that looks so pretty. Oh, that looks good. Brown one looks great. Washing machine, light gray. That's normal. Boop. Oh, that looks good too. You just want to touch it. Oh, it looks so good. That's Marky. What's up? How's it going? Then this flat we already did. And 16x16 we already did. So that's it. Every block now has beveled edges baked into the textures. Looks a lot better. We still got some very, very strong highlight, but that will be mitigated once we actually work on the shader. I also want to make sure for now that we are not using any mip maps. Still a little speckly. It's like we're losing some quality. Specular, and I think that is an aliasing issue. Anti-aliasing. There's not much difference between 4 and 8. Render scale. That helps. So shiny and glossy. Yeah, I need to work on the shader. Should I start doing the shader now? Really need to get lunch. I think I'm gonna call it a day, guys. I'm gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it a stream. It's a good stream. We got the textures done. Kind of boring work. Kind of tedious work, but we did it. We got the beveled edges on the textures. And we are making progress. I'm gonna try to start streaming the superhero mobile game that I'm developing for a client. I'm gonna start streaming that over the next few days. I believe I need to get a few more things in order before I start live streaming it, but yeah, that's where we're headed next. Thank you guys for being here. I had a blast, and I'll see you guys all next time. Cool, thanks for joining Uncredible Vision. I'll see you next time.